what are different libraries are available to perform the neural network concepts. We'll talk about PyTorch, what is PyTorch, and we can use a PyTorch, and some of the use case of using the PyTorch modules. We'll summarize what we discussed on complete 60 minutes, and we'll see the finally hands-on. Okay, so this is the agenda for today's discussions. So before moving on to the actual topic, I'm going to give you brief about Edureka. Edureka is providing the meetup community. So this is the public group. Okay, if you want to discuss about any of the technical questions, or if you want to share your knowledge, or if you want to get any solution for your problem statement, you will go and discuss under this meetup community. This is entirely open source. It's open to the public. The right hand side, if you look at it, we are conducting lot of master classes for different technology wise. We are posting on this masterclass webinar portals. Okay, so just look at this portal also. I just share for both the link in the chat window. You'll just note down. Okay, so in meantime, I will quickly go through for both the links. Just give me a minute. Sorry, under this, this is the master meetup community group. Under this, we have almost around 46,000 people, 46,700 people part of the group. This is a public group. This is organized and maintained by Edureka. So if you want to, how do we join the group? Just click on sign in button or join this group button. Okay. So this meetup group, we have started almost 5 years before. In the year of 2019, starting of 2019, we have started. So this is very useful for you guys, like you open to the public, right? If you want to talk about any questions, or if you want to get all the upcoming events, and if you want to discuss about any of the problem statement, you'll go and discuss under this discussion tab. So this is pretty much about the meetup community. So next is the masterclass program. So there are different technology wise, I would say for different category wise, we are conducting this masterclass. Python, deep learning, cloud computing, career service, database, programming framework, and ETL. For different technology wise, we are conducting this masterclass program. This is duration could be 60 minutes. It's entirely free of cost. Okay, so this is entirely free of cost. Okay, so how do we click? How do we join it? Just click on the register button. Just enter your email ID and phone number. Okay, you will get a meeting link, the Zoom link for it. Okay, these two about the Edureka is providing for you guys to understand the different technology wise. Okay, so next is the corresponding course name. We are calling as deep learning course with the TensorFlow certifications. Some of the features about the courses. So this is instructor lead live sessions. Like we have instructors available, we will come and teach you in the industry level, like mainly for hands-on kind of concepts, hands-on kind of things, deliverable. And we are providing for 24/7 doubt clearing support. If you're stuck up with any problem statement, if you're stuck up with any concepts, any project, any assignments, you will go and raise a support ticket. We have a dedicated support team in Edureka. They will come and resolve your doubts and questions. Okay, so next is we have a corresponding assignments, project, case studies, lot of hands-on for each and every module wise. So that you'll get complete answer about all the deep learning concepts by using TensorFlow modules. So once we complete the project, okay, one more thing, the duration of the program could be for 30 hours, 30 live classes, 30 hours for the live classes. Okay, so next is once we complete all the project assignments, you will get the certification from Edureka. So the certification is recognized by multiple MNC company, so that it can very well placed in the lot of MNC company. Okay, this is something about the course information. Okay, so when just look at our Educa portal, maybe educa.co, just search for this deep learning course with the TensorFlow. You'll get all the upcoming events. So this look like some old events, right? The old past date. Okay, so we'll get all the upcoming events we are planning in the upcoming program. Okay, so how do we join it? Just click on the register now button. So you can able to join this. You can able to successfully register the program. Okay, so when you're going to register it, we are giving a special discount for you guys who are joined this webinar program. So we are giving a 20% discount. Okay, just we are providing coupon code. I will ping you coupon code in the chat window. Okay, so you will get a 20% discount for this program. Okay, and also just share the both the meetup link as well as this masterclass program. I just share both the things in the chat window as well as the coupon code in the chat window. Okay, just note on the coupon code and the corresponding links. Okay, any questions till now? Any doubts? Any questions? Any doubt till now? Okay, fine, no problem. Let's move forward. So next is we'll talk about the roadmap about this deep learning certification training course. So what are different modules are available, and what are the things we're going to discuss in each every module. Let's talk about the complete roadmap about this program. Okay, so this program consists of 10 different modules. So the module 1, we're going to talk about introduction to deep learning. So what is deep learning, and what is neural network concepts, how the deep learning will differ from the normal traditional machine learning program, and what are the different operation we can perform under the deep learning techniques. Followed by each and every modules, we have a corresponding answer. In module 2, we're going to talk about TensorFlow 2.0. Okay, what is TensorFlow, and who invented the TensorFlow, and what are the different concepts available in TensorFlow, we're going to talk about in the module 2. In module 3 onwards, we're going to talk about the different algorithms available under deep learning techniques. The first one is we are calling as CNN algorithms. CNN nothing but convolutional neural networks. So what is CNN? How the CNN algorithm work? What are the different layers are available? What is the template matching algorithms? For a complete understanding of CNN algorithms, we're going to talk about. In module 4, we're going to talk about what is a regional CNN. So depending on the different regions, how we can apply the template matching algorithms, the CNN, convolutional neural networks. In module 5, Boltzmann machine and auto encoder techniques. So how do we encode the data, and then how do we apply this encoding techniques by using Boltzmann algorithms. In module 6, we're going to talk about what is generative AI, adversarial networks, GAN, we used to call. Module 7, mainly for emotional and gender detection, the sentiment analysis concepts. In module 8, we're going to talk about RNN and how we can apply it under the GRU. Okay, so sorry guys. So how do we implement this RNN algorithm under GRU graphical units? In module 9, we're going to talk about LSDM, long short-term memory algorithms. So how we can implement this deep learning technique by using LSDM concepts. In module 10, mainly what is how we can how we can capturing the image, auto image capturing using LSTM concepts. Okay, once we complete for all the modules, all the assignments, case studies, projects, everything, you will get the certification from Edureka. So the certification is recognized and used for the multiple MNC companies, right? So you can very well placed in the MNC company organizations. Okay, fine. So any questions till now? Any doubt for this roadmap of the program? Any questions till now? Okay, fine, no problem. Okay, let's move forward. So okay, so let's talk about what is deep learning. So how the deep learning will change our world, right? So nowadays we are using a lot of mobile devices and a lot of digitalizations in the world, right? So how the deep learning will change our world? Okay, nowadays we are using a lot of visual assistants. Okay, if you go to YouTube, if you go to Google something, right? Instead of typing or searching some words, we are doing the voice assistance, right? The virtual assistant. Somebody will maybe the computer or the machine will respond your questions. So that's we are calling visual assistance. Next, the face recognition. So suppose we need to detect the face, and most of the places, right, based on the face recognition, they're taking the attendance, or they're taking the employee present in the organization or not, right? So for that, we are doing a lot of deep learning techniques for the face recognitions, and then recommendation systems. So if you go to any e-commerce portal, they want to sell the product without having any advertisement concepts, right? So we can implement the recommendation system concepts. So based on recommendation systems, they can sell the more products. Simple one, simple example. So YouTube, we are watching some movies. Let's say I'm watching some comedy movie. So at a point of time, after 1 or 2 days, YouTube automatically will recommend some relevant movie to you, to me. Why? Because that is the recommendation concepts, recommendation systems. A lot of companies, they implement the recommendation systems so that they want to increase their revenues. Okay, so next is the email spam filtering. Okay, this one we knows, right? How do we split the actual email and then the spam email? How do we detect the corresponding emails, right? So by using the AI techniques, by using deep learning techniques. Okay, next is we'll talk about where the deep learning will come to the picture, right? So there are different things. So there are three circles or three things, right? One is AI, artificial intelligence, machine learnings, and deep learning. So what is AI now? First of all, let's try to understand what is AI, right? So AI is going to mimic our human behavior. So what human doing the actions or what animal doing the actions, instead of human going to perform, it is going to mimic or it is going to do machine or robo or computer going to do the whatever the human is doing. So that kind of concept we are calling as artificial intelligence. Okay, so next is machine learning. Machine learning is a subset of AI. Okay, so it is going to learn without explicitly writing the programs. So it has to learn from the past experience or past historical data, and based on that, it is going to predict, it is going to give the futuristic output. So that kind of operation, if you want to do it, we can do it under machine learnings. So next is deep learning. So what is the deep learning? Deep learning is a subset of machine learnings. If you want to incorporate, if you want to do some of the complex algorithms by using neural network concepts. So I would say here, right? So like instead of how the neurons will work in our body. So it's same thing in computer world also. We used to call neural network concepts. So if you want to incorporate any of the complex data processing or complex image data processings, we can do it under the deep learning techniques. So deep learning will work based on neural network concepts. Any questions, Chilla? Any doubt? Fine, no problem. Let's move forward. So what is neural networks? So what is neural network is, suppose it is going to map to the neurons in our brain. So basically how our brain is thinking, so our brain is working, right? Same kind of a similar kind of concepts if you want to incorporate into the computer worlds, that we are calling neural networks. Like if you look at this image, right? So we have a cell body, we have a nucleus, we have a mitochondrion, we have axon, we have synapse, we have everything we're calling as neuron, right? So dendrites, what the dendrites will be? So it's our skin, right? It will receive the signal from the other neurons. Cell body, it will sum up all the inputs. So cell body, right? So body is going to think, it is going to collect all the inputs, whatever the different thinking we are, different actions or different thinking we are doing in our brain, right? Everything will collect all the inputs, okay? And then it will transmit the signal to the other cells. That is we are calling as axon. So if you want to transmit, right? If you want to get the output layers, right? So that is happening under the axon. That's we are calling as, it is going to transmit signal to the other cells. So this kind of concept, if you want to incorporate AI, we are calling as artificial neural networks. Okay, so this we are calling as artificial neural networks. Let's see same thing into our simple neural network concepts, right? So we have the input layer. We are passing input data. We have a hidden layer. And then we have a corresponding output layers. Okay, so input layer will receive the signals or will receive the inputs from the different systems. Okay, the hidden layer will process the data. It will process, okay, what kind of algorithm, what kind of things it has to perform, the execution, right? All those things will happen under the hidden layers. And then we have a output layers. So input layer, the blue color, so we have multiple hidden layers. So we have more than, we can have it for more than one number of hidden layers in neural network concepts. Okay, let's talk about the different types of neural network, right? Okay, so there are two types, I would say, not this image, right? There are two types. We have a simple neural networks, we have a complex neural network. What does a simple neural network means? If you're having for only one hidden layer, so as of now, this is the multi-layer neural networks. Okay, multi-layer, it means it's, I would say, it's a complex neural network concepts, right? So more than one hidden layers. Okay, so there are two types, I would say. One is simple and then complex. The first one is, we'll take the inputs, we'll pass it into the activation functions. So what kind of logic, what kind of the method is it has to perform, and it is going to provide the output. Okay, so this output we are calling as predicted output. Okay, this output we are calling as predicted output. Okay, and then we need to back propagate it. So what is back propagations? The feed forward. So this will flow the data from input to output. Okay, so it is same as similar to supervised learning techniques. So the feed forward neural network is similar to supervised learning techniques. How it will work? It will take the inputs in a sequential manner. right? And then go and apply for the hidden function that is called activation functions, and then provide the output that is called predicted output. Okay. So what are the back propagations? Okay, what is the back propagation is? So back propagations will work based on the backward, I would say for feed for back forward algorithms. So the back forward will work based on the what the output we got and to compare our predicted output with the what is the y value. So difference between y and y at that we're calling in back propagations. So first we'll calculate the errors. Error means the difference between y and y at, and it will propagate back to the our input data set. So that's we're calling the error reductions. So as part of back propagation only we can reduce our errors, right? Otherwise, if you're not comparing y and y at, we cannot able to reduce the errors. We cannot able to reduce this our model evaluations, right? So definitely the back propagation is one kind of concepts in the deep in the neural network concepts. Let's talk about what are the different program language you can use it to incorporate the neural network concepts. Okay, so there are different program language. We have a Lisp, we have a Prolog, we have a R language, so we have a Java, we have a Scala, a lot of things, right? So and also we have Python also. So why Python? I would say is the Python. It has a plenty of libraries. So we have a huge library collections are available in Python. So when compared to other program language, so we can do it. We can go and incorporate neural network concepts, but it will be tedious process. So you have to write a number of codes, right? Instead of that, we can simply do it in the simple one line of library imports and try to use the corresponding modules, corresponding functions under this library. So that's why we're going to use this Python as a programming language to incorporate the deep learning concepts. Okay, for to incorporate the deep learnings, the Python is providing very powerful 4 different libraries: Tiano, TensorFlow, and then PyTorch. We have a Keras. Okay, there are 4 different deep learning libraries are more powerful and most useful also. Okay, TensorFlow, I would say there's a Google product. PyTorch, Keras. So there's a lot of functions, lot of libraries are available. We no need to write any of the logics, right? It's already pre-built code is available. Just we need to plug and play or just incorporate our methods. Okay, incorporate the corresponding methods into our program. Okay, let's talk about out of these 4. Let's talk about PyTorch. So we're going to talk about the PyTorch. So how we can use the PyTorch? What are the different actions, different operations we can perform by using PyTorch? Okay, so let's see. PyTorch is the scientific level of computing the operations. Mainly, if you want to do any scientific level operations by using Python, right? We can do it using PyTorch modules. PyTorch will be Python supportable, so like we can easily integrate into Python program, and then actively used if you want to use the Facebook, like Facebook data, sentiment data analysis, all those things. We can easily integrate the Facebook data into the by using PyTorch, and easy to use this API like application program interface, and dynamically it is going to compute the graphical usage, how much graphics, how much graphical GPU I'm going to consume. All those things will happen in the dynamic manners depending on the usage. Fast and feed navigations, it is very fast when compared to other library. The PyTorch will be faster, and we can easily navigate to which line of code executing it and all those things. And support for the NVIDIA, support for the CUDA, for the NVIDIA graphical things. Okay, these are the something about some of the introduction about this PyTorch. So how the PyTorch got origin? So PyTorch is a cousin of Lua-based Torch framework. Okay, it's a Lua-based Torch framework. It is a simple set of wrapper. It's a wrapper thing, right? Suppose a lot of other I would say for a lot of different concepts got wrapped up and created the PyTorch library. So next is let's talk about what are the major PyTorch concepts. Okay, what are the insights? What are the useful informations useful for the developers to do their day-to-day action, day-to-day talks, right? So what are the different terminology we can use it, right? So we have a tensor. So tensor, it's mainly if you want to perform n-dimensional array on the GPU, graphical processing unit. Okay, so if you want to create any kind of n-dimensional array, multi-dimensional array, we can do it by using tensor. Next was a variable. So what is a variable? Variable is nodes. How many nodes I can use it for the computational for graphical things to store data and the gradient levels. Next is the modules. Modules nothing but different layers, that is called neural network layers, to store the different state of the input data sets, learnable weights, right? So different store the different levels of the data. Okay, there are three different terminology. We have tensor, variable, and modules. Okay, let's see how do we use this PyTorch modules, right? So PyTorch, I can import it. First of all, you have to import the torch modules, right? So let's see, right? So okay, let's see now. Suppose I'm going to use the NumPy, that is called numerical computation, for PyTorch module, right? So I'm going to perform some operations. I'm going to perform the multiplications. I would say the dot product, right? So A dot B, multiply A and multiply A array, multiply B array, right? So by using NumPy, it is going to consume for 350 milliseconds to process around 300 cross matrix. 3,000 cross matrix. The same operations, like I'm using a GPU, that is called torch modules, that is called PyTorch modules. They're taking only for 0.1 milliseconds. So it's very fast. Okay. So always, if you want to, instead of doing for normal NumPy, we can do it by using torch modules. Okay. So like this, a lot of other benefits are available. So we can create a lot of variables on the graphical perspective, and we can create a lot of like I would say for a lot of attributes. You can able to create a lot of things. We can do it by using this PyTorch modules. Okay, any questions till now? Any doubt? Okay, fine. Let's move forward. Let's talk about how do we create neural networks. So by using PyTorch, right? So let's talk about the complete flow about neural networks. So first of all, we need to get the inputs by using start, and we need to construct the models, and then create the package and perform using different modules or different functions under the modules, and then create different layers. Like different layers means I would say for different processing engines under the hidden layers, and then forward techniques. We need to use a forward, right, from the input to the output, feed forward methods, and then to get the output, the return data. So this we are calling as feed forward networks. The same thing, if we convert into the neural network concept, right? We're taking input layers and we have a, so this we are calling it hidden layers, I would say, right? Under hidden layer, we can do conversion layer, some sampling layer, max pooling, and flatten the layers, fully connected layer. So these are the different layers under this hidden layer sections. And then finally, to get the output, to get the corresponding output. So this is the complete neural network concept. Okay. So neural network, right? So we're getting input as an image, right? So image we can process. So internally, what will happen is it is going to convert the images into the array format, like n cross m array format, right? Why? Basically, the computer can understand only the bits value, right? So only the numerical value. So that conversion, everything will happen in the corresponding modules, corresponding library. Clear, right? So that's why you're putting for 32 cross 32 matrix. Okay, this we are calling a simple feed forward network. So basically, feed forward means from input layer to the output layers. Okay, so how do we do the model, right? So like it's very simple, like create a models, find the loss functions, like how do we, what the difference between y and y at, and do the back propagations, like to reduce the loss functions. So under PyTorch, we need to do the calculate the loss, back propagations, and then once we calculate the deviation, the y and y at, we can adjust our parameters. So we can modify our parameters so that we can do the hyperparameter tunings. So you have different variables, time the batch, label the batch, and get the corresponding output batch. Okay, these are complete steps. So when I come to the functions, right? The first of all, we have to use tensor modules, like to create a multidimensional array, and then to encapsulate the what kind of parameters put onto the GPU. We have to use modules, and then what are the parameters, and then functions. So basically, this is the complete recap about the neural network concepts. Okay, any questions? Any doubt till now? Okay, let's quickly go to our LMS portal. Like, what is LMS, and what are the things available on LMS? Okay. Okay. Once we enroll the program, Edureka, you will get the LMS access. LMS nothing but learning and management systems. So what it is, once we enroll the corresponding program, so I'm the instructor for this multiple program. Okay. So just quickly go to this artificial intelligence course, right? So let's see. So this is the our LMS. You will get this corresponding course will get assigned to your login detail. So you'll get all the class material, like course content, right? For different module wise, you will get all the presentations. The presentations, okay. Yeah, all the presentations, demo files, some of the files, maybe the practice files, everything will get it under the same module based information, right? So we'll get all the different module levels. Okay. And then we are recording our live classes. Okay. If you're stuck up with any of the classes, you are not able to attend the sessions, anything, right? It means really you are not missing the class. Okay, you can go and watch the recording video at any point in time. This is for the lifetime access. Okay. And also we are providing a cloud lab. So I think this is there is a cloud lab for this course. Okay. So we are providing cloud lab for the corresponding course. So it means if you are stuck up with any installation laptop or desktop, don't worry. We are providing a cloud environment to do the practical things. Okay. So again, that is for the 60 days time frame. So And then we talk about support, right? So in the top right hand side corner, there is support button. Once you click on it, you'll go and raise a support ticket. Okay, suppose I'm going to raise a support ticket for Tableau, something technical, some coding part. Okay, I can raise case study or something. Okay, you can raise a support ticket. Maybe the ticket you can raise it. It's look like incident. Okay, somebody from technical team, you will come and respond you will give a solution for your questions. If not, they will connect to the corresponding uh, specialized. You will give a solution for your problem statement. Okay. So again, they are working for 24/7 support. So if you are stuck up or raising a ticket, you can directly call to this number. They will pick and answer your questions. Okay. This is pretty much about support. Okay. Any questions? This is pretty much about LMS portal. Any questions? Okay, fine. So this is pretty much about today discussions. Anybody have any questions, any doubt? Happy to I'm happy to help you out, guys. Stay back for some more time. If any questions, any doubts for the course and then content and what we discussed, right? Please let me know. Any questions? Aritan webinar registered user 1, 2. Anybody have any doubts, any questions? Please let me know.